Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be starting a new series called What if Super Saiyan God was temporary? With no further introductions, we can begin. After the events of Battle of Gods, we see Vegeta training with Whis on Beerus's planet. And things that happen like they did in canon. Vegeta would still unlock Super Saiyan God due to Whis' godhood training, and a short while later, he would eventually absorb it into his base form. But after that, things start to get a little more complicated. After transforming into Super Saiyan God for the first time, Vegeta tried to access his form once more. But instead of turning to Super Saiyan God, he instead just accessed the normal God Ki, making only his eyes turn red and giving him less power than Super Saiyan God did. Beerus is a bit disappointed that Vegeta can't transform into Super Saiyan God again, but in the end, it's not his fault he can't transform into Super Saiyan God. He theorizes that maybe Super Saiyan God is a temporary one-time use for a Saiyan, and then after that, they just end up accessing normal God Ki. Training would then ensue as normal, up until the day Son Goku arrives at the planet to get his own godly training. As soon as he arrives, Vegeta immediately challenges Kakarot to a fight, as he wants to see the fruits of his training in a true battle. Now obviously, Goku's not going to turn down a fight, but he noticed something weird about Vegeta. Vegeta knows that Goku has absorbed Super Saiyan God into his base form, and has access to Super Saiyan 3. Can he really be confident in defeating him? As soon as the fight starts, Goku immediately powers him into Super Saiyan, charging towards Vegeta and punching him straight in the stomach. But Vegeta just smirks as he grabs Goku's arm and throws him in the air. He then immediately follows up his attack by punching Goku straight in the face, sending him straight towards the ground. But while he's falling, Goku powers up into Super Saiyan 2 and launches a Kamehameha towards Vegeta, in which Vegeta counters with a Big Bang attack. Now that Goku's using Super Saiyan 2, the two are able to fight much more evenly, but Goku's just shocked. Vegeta's close to pushing Goku to Super Saiyan 3, and he's not even using regular Super Saiyan yet. Want to see what Vegeta's made of? Goku begins powering up and eventually turns into Super Saiyan 3, his current peak transformation. Vegeta looks on at Goku in this transformation. Before he obtained this godly power, he thought he would never be able to surpass Kakarot and his Super Saiyan 3. But now look at him, he's still on his base, and Kakarot is using the most powerful transformation. Before Vegeta can do anything, Goku charges towards him and punches him so hard he is sent flying into a lake. Vegeta then flies out the water and then fires a Gallic gun towards Goku. But then Goku uses instant transmission and teleports behind Vegeta, and with a single spin kick, he sends Vegeta straight towards the ground. Not bad, Kakarot, not bad. Vegeta cracks his neck and then activates his God Ki, showing how much more powerful he is compared to Kakarot. Goku is taken aback by this. What power is Vegeta using here? It seems similar to that Super Saiyan God form he used against Beerus. In a final last ditch attempt, Goku uses the multi-form and splits himself into 3 separate cones. One of them then teleports behind Vegeta as he coats his fists in ki as the rest of the cones form back into him. The punch makes direct contact with Vegeta's gut, but Vegeta just merely looks down at Goku, as he then delivers a 1-inch punch that puts Goku out of Super Saiyan 3 and sends him flying to the other side of the planet. Goku is lying in a crater in disbelief. Vegeta regained that much power while training here. Thank God he came here at the right time, otherwise he might never be able to surpass Vegeta. After that, Goku begins his training with Whis, and after a while, he's also able to access God Ki willingly. But as powerful as this is, Goku believes he can go even beyond this. Since God Ki and his Super Saiyan forms are completely different, Goku believes that if he trains them both of them hard enough, he might be able to combine Super Saiyan 3 with God Ki. So instead of training with his God Ki more, Goku begins training with Whis to try and master Super Saiyan 3. Meanwhile back on Earth, Piccolo can sense a massive energy come from many light years away. Is that Goku? How did he get so strong? His power is nothing compared to him now. This makes Piccolo think to himself, if a threat were to come to Earth and want to defeat Goku with the power he currently has, then he'll need some strong allies to help him. There's only one person he knows that has a chance of comparing to that power, Gohan. Now the problem is, Gohan has slacked off his training a lot as he has a family and a job now. But after a while, Piccolo is able to convince Gohan to start training again. And when they train, not only does Gohan and Piccolo see massive gains, but Gohan also able to access Super Saiyan 2 at will. Back on Beerus' planet, Goku is not only able to master Super Saiyan 3, but successfully combining with God Ki, creating unfathomable power. And this is why I think this Master Super Saiyan 3 God Ki infused form stands. I'd say it's stronger than Super Saiyan God, but weaker than Super Saiyan Blue in terms of multipliers. Vegeta sees his power, and he thinks he's back to square one again. Even if he combined God Ki with Super Saiyan 2, it'll still be nothing compared to Goku's power. So Vegeta finally decides it's time for him to learn and master Super Saiyan 3. Whis is surprised by Vegeta's request. Sure, it was way before when Goku wanted to master a form that did not involve God Ki, but now Vegeta wants to learn and master that form. He decides why not. Teaching Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 should be a breeze for him. A short while after this, Vegeta, while Master Super Saiyan 2, begins powering up, and Goku sees exactly what's about to happen. He's surrounded in a golden aura, sparkling the farm around him, his eyebrows begin to disappear, and his hair begins to grow. After he finished, it is revealed Vegeta has finally achieved Super Saiyan 3. Thanks to help from Goku and Whis, Vegeta is not only able to master Super Saiyan 3 in a short amount of time, but also combine with God Ki, much like Goku did. Back on Earth, Frieza has arrived to the planet after his 4 months of training and is confronted by the Z Fighters. After they ordeal his soldiers, Piccolo starts his fight with Frieza. And thanks to his training with Gohan, Piccolo is pretty easily able to knock around first form Frieza. Frieza is pretty surprised that his Namekian is able to overpower him in his first form. No big deal though. He then transformed in his second form, saying to Piccolo he's pretty sure he's familiar with this transformation. Before the two can fight, Gohan transforms into Super Saiyan and kicks away second form Frieza. Frieza's pretty nervous after seeing this, another Super Saiyan that's not Goku or that guy killed him when he came to Earth. Frieza's learned his lesson when it comes to dealing with Super Saiyans, but he's not going to go full power just yet. Frieza transformed in his final form, saying to Gohan he's pretty sure this is more than enough to deal with him. In response, Gohan powers up Super Saiyan 2 and says to Frieza he's going to make sure that Frieza's reign of terror will end here now. The two begin to fight, and although Frieza is a bit stronger than Gohan, he's still struggling to put down the hybrid Saiyan. Piccolo sees that Gohan is losing against Frieza, so in order to assist his friend, he begins charging a special beam cannon. During their fight, Frieza begins laughing. He says that his monkey put on an impressive light show, so he gives him the privilege of being the first person to see his new form. Frieza's body begins emanating a golden aura as he begins to glow. His body then hardens and then peels off like glass as he reveals to Gohan his new form, his golden form. He says to Gohan that's been rather quite fun, but unfortunately, he's going to have to put an end to his playdate. Gohan then gets in a fighting position, saying to Frieza he will never stop fighting until he dies. Frieza says that's one of the things he hates about the Saiyans. Even in the face of death, they still don't know when to give up. He then launches a casual wave of ki towards Gohan, completely engulfing the Saiyan and sends him flying into a mountain. Gohan is lying in the mountain, trying to catch his breath. How did Frieza get so strong? Frieza says rather quite simple. By doing that disgusting thing they call training, he is able to reach a power even the most strongest monkey can't imagine to reach. Frieza says it's been rather quite fun using his Saiyan as a punching bag, so he'll give him mercy by giving him a quick death as he begins charging a death beam. Before he can fire it, a different type of beam hits him in the back of the head. After charging for a while, Piccolo has finally launched his special beam cannon. The disgusting slug should know his place. The death beam he was charging for Gohan quickly turns into a blast as he launches it at Piccolo. Piccolo is narrowly able to avoid it as it disintegrates his entire arm. He then instantly regrows it and launches a blast right as he does so. But Frieza completely tanks the blast as he then launches a ball of ki towards Piccolo. The attack hits Piccolo directly, putting him out of the fight. But as Piccolo falls to the ground, Gohan immediately stands up in his base form. Well, this is just funny. Did he pull a nerve because he hurt his monkey's friend? You know what, it just shows superiority. Frieza says to Gohan they will let him get one clean hit on him and he won't do anything about it. Gohan gets a massive rage boost from this and powers on to ultimate. He charges towards Frieza and with a square clean hit to the face, he sends Frieza straight into the ocean. As he then collapses into unconsciousness. Piccolo speeches after seeing this. Where did all that power come from? Was it the rage boost, or could it be his ultimate form? Frieza emerges from the ocean and wipes the blood from his nose. He's going to make sure this monkey dies a slow but painful death. Frieza charges towards Gohan, but just about to reach him, a seemingly red blur takes Gohan away. Frieza unknowingly looks over to see who took Gohan away, but all he sees is a figure with long golden hair placing Gohan on the ground. The figure then turns around and says, "Long time no see, Frieza," as Goku has finally joined the battle. Finally, it's about time Son Goku revealed himself. And once that form is in, it looks ridiculous. Frieza launches a death beam towards Goku, but just before it reaches him, it's slapped away by someone else. Frieza's confused, but then a second later, he's also slapped away by someone else. Vegeta says to Frieza they should have stayed dead because he would have avoided what he's about to do to him. Frieza charges towards the two, saying he's going to make sure these dirty apes fall to their knees. Now this does not go well for Frieza, as not only is he fighting two powerful people, but he's also losing energy while it's happening. Eventually, Frieza drops off his golden form, exhausted. Taking this opportunity, Vegeta launches a godly Big Bang attack, and when it hits Frieza, it deatomizes the Emperor. As the reign of Frieza is no more. Again. After the fight, Piccolo goes down and picks up the unconscious body of Gohan. As he's carrying him away, he thinks to himself, all that power from the ultimate form, how interesting. A short while after the fight with Frieza, Gohan is able to willingly access his ultimate form. While watching Gohan train with the ultimate form, Piccolo thinks to himself again. Sure, he's not as strong as when he had that rage pit against Frieza, but still, the ultimate form is a massive multiplier. And even better, it's not exclusive to Saiyans. Not long after, Piccolo is able to get in contact with Spring Kai and eventually goes to their planet. Shen asks Piccolo why he came here, but then Piccolo explains. The ultimate form Gohan got from the Elder Kai has been shown to be one of the most beneficial things for the universe. Think about it, when Shen first met Gohan, he was only around the same strength as someone like Deborah. But then after he got the ultimate form, he was slapping around Super Buu like he was nothing. And he even surpassed Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, even though they've been training for ages by that point. And he's sure they saw the fight of Frieza and how he gave the Emperor a bloody nose. And the more potential someone has, the more powerful the form is, right? Sure, he doesn't have as much potential as Gohan, but he's in the making fusion with people like Kame and Neo inside of him. So the potential's gonna be pretty high. Shin said he doesn't mind Piccolo getting the ultimate form, but it's all up to Elder Kai. Now Elder Kai would usually be reluctant, but after hearing Piccolo's speech, he realises that more people with the ultimate form would be a benefit to the universe. So after dancing around Piccolo for 12 hours, he eventually unlocks Piccolo's potential. Immediately after this, Piccolo goes inside the time chamber for a year, training both his base form and his new ultimate form. And after a year is done, he calls on someone to the time chamber to test his new power, Goku. Now Goku doesn't know that Piccolo has the ultimate form, he just thinks he got stronger with his base, but as I said before, Goku will never turn down a fight. When the fight begins, Piccolo stretches his arms out and grabs Goku's legs as he begins throwing around the place, hitting against the ground constantly. Goku then powers from Super Saiyan 2 to break out of this, as he launches a Kamehameha towards Piccolo, hitting him directly. Goku stands there, waiting for his smoke to clear, thinking he's knocked Piccolo out, but to his surprise, Piccolo's standing there, just fine. Goku then powers from Super Saiyan 3 and says to Piccolo he's pleasantly surprised by this, he might be able to get a good fight out of Piccolo. Piccolo says to Goku, just wait there, he's got one more trick up his sleeve. He begins powering up as he's surrounded by a yellow aura as his body begins to glow. Since how powerful Piccolo's getting, Goku responds by surrounding himself in a fiery aura. As his eyes turn red and his Vegeta is turned on his God Key on top of Master Super Saiyan 3. A few seconds later, Piccolo finishes his transformation as he would reveal to be in his version of the ultimate form. In case you couldn't tell, this is based off of the ultimate form Piccolo showed off in the new Dragon Ball Super Superhero movie trailer. Sure, we know very little about it, but from what we do know, it is very similar to Gohan's ultimate form in the way they describe it. And some people might say that's a bit early for someone to be using this form in the What If, but hey, if you're not fast, you're last. The two then draw their fists back as they begin charging towards each other with unimaginable speed. The two have made contact, although not with each other though. Beerus casually catches both of their fists and begins screaming at Goku. The one time he actually wants to talk to is Saiyan, it turns out he's in a completely different time-space dimension. So anyway, to cut to the chase, him and his brothers organise a tournament and the winner gets Super Dragon Balls and need 5 members each. And Vegeta's already joined and Goku's going to join as well. He then tells Goku to get 2 more members because he's already got the last one. Just then he turns to Piccolo. Oh, this Namekian's pretty strong. Never mind, just get 1 more member, this Namekian's join as well. The two of them power down and are both very confused. Wait, what just happened? So anyway, the day for the Universal Experiment has arrived and they end up convincing Gohan to join and Monaka joins as well. And most of the tournament ends up going like usual, with some small changes. Piccolo will probably be able to defeat Frost as he's much faster and stronger than him. Vegeta might give Piccolo a hard time, but since Piccolo's way stronger than he was in canon and he has access to ultimate form, he should be able to take Vegeta down. Vegeta vs Cabo will happen as normal as Piccolo would go out the arena at the request of Vegeta. Now, the hit fight might go a bit differently, but I'll sum it up for you guys. Vegeta will try and fight Pit with his God Key infused Super Saiyan 3, and he'll do little to nothing against him. Next up is Piccolo, and after seeing his fight with Vegeta, Piccolo is able to realise that he's using some sort of time skip. And with his ultimate form, intelligence, and his techniques, he's able to do quite a number on hit, but eventually, he's knocked out as well. Next up, Goku would fight Hit, and with some tips from Piccolo, Goku's able to weaken and damage Hit even further, but eventually, he's also knocked out. And next up is Gohan, and he's easily able to knock out an incredibly tired and weakened Hit. So yeah, pretty uneventful arc, right? Right? A cat from Universe 11 named Zamasu sees the whole tournament, and he's appalled. From what he heard, Everyone in Universe 7 has the powers of God in one way or another. These mortals have pushed their luck, and it's about time he initiates the Zero Mortals plan, and one of these fighters will be the vessel to do so. And he's narrowed down his options to whose body he should steal, Goku's or Piccolo's. With this terrifying decision being made, this will leave off for now.